Welcome back to the show. As you've come to know me, I'm your one and only host, Jensen, the beautiful, majestic motherfucking Dean Jackson. And on this episode, I'm going to give you my thoughts and opinions on one of Netflix's latest film entries, Back in Action, starring Jamie Foxx and Cameron Diaz. Who hasn't? I can't remember the last time that I saw Cameron Diaz film. It's been a minute. Like, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, no, she quit acting, so that's why we ain't seen her. I'd said this way back in the day when I did the review for Netflix's Red Notice, or whatever that awful film with Gal Gadot and Ryan Reynolds and Dwayne Johnson. I said that it gave me memories of watching like the movie of the week. Like, anybody who's in the age range in their 30s remembers, if you lived in Oregon, it was like Fox 12 or UPN or whatever, and they had like a film of the week. And there's one that I always remember that starred the dude from Coach, and he was in a legit horror film about like a man shark. It sounds corny as fuck, and it was, because it was the 90s. 90s were fucking a corn fest. But that's what some of these Netflix films remind me of. Shit, I mean, The Gray Man that the Russo brothers did, like these remind me of movie of the week films. And that's not necessarily like a bad thing. Like, some people are going to hear that and be like, whoa, so you're dissing. Like, not really. I mean, dissing Red Notice, definitely, because that film was dog shite. But no, man, like, I'm not trying to be hateful. It's something that is nostalgic to me. I enjoyed that. A more simpler time. You didn't know the schedule had. Actually, you could buy a newspaper, and it would give you like the schedule for 2 weeks of programming. So you did know, but nothing was spoiled or polluted the way that it is today. But Back in Action details the lives of two ex-CIA spies. Best in the biz, best in the field, but they made the mistake of falling in love with each other and having unprotected sex, and they had a baby. And so you pick up after it's like a big explosive beginning, and they've fully settled into what I like to call a human being's slow death, aka suburban life. Suburban life is the death of anybody who dares to enter the gates. And they're going through the motions, trying to convince themselves that they're happy. Honestly, to me, the appeal of this is, one, seeing Cameron Diaz, not Diaz, but Diaz, Cameron Diaz, acting again, because woman is beautiful. She's fucking gorgeous. It did make me frustrated in the film that they had her playing a straight up white woman, which she's not. She's Latino. Like, and if you didn't know, to quote Biggie Smalls, if you don't know, now you know. You know? But that was the main reason to watch this film. Is like, I wanted to see her because I missed her. I missed seeing Charlie's Angel, one of Charlie's Angels. And Jamie Foxx has been going through it, but he's never not been enjoyable to watch. And their chemistry, like the way they acted in that film, I bought it. Like, damn, I want to see them together in real life. Like, they make a good looking couple. Like, who wouldn't want to watch two ultra good looking people, be good looking together? But then, as these tales happen to go, they end up getting found out, because the whole MacGuffin is that they got this black box that can like control power grids and shit like that, which is actually pretty cool. MacGuffin, if you don't know what the term MacGuffin is like the item that drives the story forward. So not bad. It's actually pretty cool. Some hilarity ensues. Like, they would have been fine. So they end up, which, oh my god, I would beat the black off my child if they found themselves being 16 years old and sneaking into a nightclub. Beat all the black off of them. They would have been fine, but they end up going to said nightclub to retrieve their daughter, and then a bunch of creepy motherfuckers who hear that they're hanging out with the 16-year-old are trying to stop the parents from, so they whoop their asses. They beat the Beetlejuice breaks off their asses. And it was fantastic to watch. If it hadn't been for that, they could have gone back to their lives. But you know, the internet is a vast and unforgiving monster. And their shit goes out all across the world. And their CIA buddies end up finding them. It's fucking Kyle Chandler, who I just thought he was going to be normal, boring, white Kyle Chandler. I didn't think he was going to be like a fucking villain, you know, because he kind of gets shot through the neck, but then it's revealed towards the end when he's giving his big villain monologue that villains like to do. It's revealed that he actually didn't die. Squib technology's gotten really impressive, which I was like, okay, yeah, I get it. I mean, looked real, but I guess that's the whole point of faking your death, is it's supposed to look real. It's not supposed to look fake. But everything, I mean, even some of the dialogue in this shit was like, that is not how human beings talk to each other. That's very, very weird writing. But how can I be too judgy? I haven't written anything that's been put to screen. I'm, you know, got no skin in the game. I'm just an observer. I feel like at this point, reviewing films, if you ever seen Marvel's What If, or if you know anything about Marvel Comics, there are these scary looking beings called Watchers, and that's literally what they do. It's a little creepy, a little weird, but they just watch the history of different universes. That's what I'm starting to feel like, a watcher, but not someone who's peeking through the blinds or shit, or looking at you shower. Not a bad watcher, a good watcher. There's no way to call yourself a watcher and it not sound insanely obtuse and inappropriate. But an observer, a purveyor. It all sounds weird. But there were things that were formulaic. That's why I was saying that it really felt like a movie of the week, or a film of the week, because it had that fucking vibe. And it's sort of a double-edged needle. I won't call it a sword. I'll call it a double-edged needle, where it's good and it can be a little bad. And there were definitely instances where you saw the limits of the budget being stretched. You see it when the plane crash, and again, that all adds to the charm of the film of the week vibe that they were giving off. They definitely, I almost forgot, Glenn Close as a British person, one of the fucking gems of the film. Glenn Close. Always been strangely attracted to that woman, except when she was Cruella de Vil in the 101 Dalmatians. The original one. Not the Emma Roberts or whatever her name is one, but the original one that came out in like the late 90s. The fucking classic. Back before Disney got a massive boner for doing live action adaptions. Probably still their best live action remake. But I actually enjoyed it. And they did leave room for sequel bait, if I'm remembering correctly. I saw this a couple weeks ago. I've been busy working 2 jobs, so I'm slowly working through the catalog of films that I've seen to give you the reviews. Because I'm not going to leave you wanting. All fucking 5 of you watching, I'm not going to leave you. Daddy came home. Daddy went out and got the pack of cigarettes, and Daddy came home because Daddy would never abandon you. Not this Daddy. Not this Daddy. I don't know why I took it so weird. I went in a weird direction with that last bit. But anyways, rating time. Between 1 and 4 thumbs up, I'm going to give Back in Action a 2.3 thumbs up. I enjoyed it. Like I said, I liked the film of the week vibe that I got that reminded me of my childhood. And yeah, that's going to have to do it for this episode. I'll catch you on the next one. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I love you.